Happy Women's History Month. Are you curious to know more about equity versus equality? We've got Rita Ricks coming just for you.
Welcome to the WorkHARDAholic Show with your host, the original WorkHARDAholic, Shirley Crawford, author, speaker, and small business consultant for over 20 years, helping you to work hard, play harder, and business better. Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. When you're ready for more than just office space, come join the WBCRVA family. WorkHARDAholic. Looking for resources to start, build, or level up your business? Want to know what motivates your favorite entrepreneur? Did you miss the last show? No worries. Check out and subscribe to the WorkHARDAholic YouTube channel. See behind the scenes. Here's the extended version of interviews. Catch one of our trainings. Missed the show? No worries. Like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel at WorkHARDAholic and happy entrepreneuring.
Imagine Media Lab, a multimedia and podcast rental studio, in partnership with the Women's Business Center, RVA, offers audio and video production services. Record that podcast you've always wanted to start. Create marketing and advertisement content such as voiceovers. Become a member and save on podcasting and production packages. All equipment and software is included in your rental. Located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive. ImagineMediaLabs.com. Book your session today.
Hello, I'm Lawrence Roberts from New York Life Insurance. I'm here with financial news you can use. Now, earlier we talked about disability insurance, individual disability insurance, and its importance. Just to continue on with that, and some of the key parts that we talked about, receiving money tax-free, receiving money that's going to allow you to continue your lifestyle, protect your family and your income you earn. Because realistically, we have enough things pulling down on our lifestyle, our ability to make our millions of dollars, achieve your financial greatness, whatever it's going to be, from taxes, retirement, disability, death, inflation, all these different things pulling it down. So I'm going to read one little quick note to you, and it's easier for me to do it this way because we're going to go to the ultimate number cruncher, the Social Security Administration. All right. According to the Social Security, more than 1 in 4 of today's 20-year-olds can expect to be out of work for at least a year because of a disabling condition before they reach normal retirement age. This includes injury or a sickness, which can happen at any age. So what does that mumbo jumbo really mean? It could happen to you. 1 in 4 20-year-olds will be disabled. That means unable to work a year or more prior to retirement age. You're right. If you're saying you don't need it because it won't happen to you, you're right. You can always go home and live with your parents. I'm sure they'll love you coming back home after you got your habits and start doing different things that, living your lifestyle the way you live, coming and going as you please. You can always go back and live with them. I'm sure they'll welcome you with open arms and you would love it. Having your mother wait on you. Because your father's not going to do it. Having your mother do it. Okay, in addition to that, what are some important things to consider when purchasing individual disability insurance? The reason why I say individual, because you always want that one that's going to come with the employer. One that you own outside of your employer, hey, you control it. It can increase and grow as you make more money, because if you're young or you're successful, you're going to make more money because that's your goal. No one wakes up every day and says, hey, I don't ever want any pay increase. I don't want no promotions. If you do and you're content where you are, I'm happy for you. Elimination period. That's very important. What is the elimination period? Definition of disability. Because we've been talking about this, but we really need to know what is disability. What define it? It varies depending on your job and your occupation. You may be disabled for your particular occupation, but you can go out and get another job and still continue to receive money. Those of you that like working, those of you who know how to work, and those of you who haven't got to that stage yet, it's called double dipping. Give you a new term. You making money and nobody's going to tell you can't make money. So those are some of the little things. Is it right for you? Do you make a salary? Answer the question. Do you make money and somebody depends on you? I don't care if you only depend on yourself for your income. Do you want to go back and depend on someone else? What does it do? Using that income, you're able to do all those different things. You're still, if you think of it this way, real quick and simple, you're able to pay the mortgage or rent. You're able to pay your utilities, put food on the table, groceries. All those, that's it right there. Those are important things right there. That's why it's important to have it. That's a real quick rundown on it. But take the time to reach out and find out what's important to you. Again, I'm Lawrence Roberts with New York Life. I'm here to talk to you about financial news you can use. And if you cannot use this, maybe you're not the one. So pass it on to someone else. These are important things that you can use. How can you reach me to get an answer for yourself? You can reach me at the office at 804-746-3714. You also can reach me on social media. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook. You also can go to my website, Lawrence, LAWRENCE, Roberts. Again, I'm Lawrence Roberts with financial news you can use.
Hello, and welcome back to WorkHARDaholics. Today, we have a very special guest in honor of Women's History Month. We have the one, the only Rita Ricks. And I want you all to take a moment when you're listening today and really listen, really think, and really process. Because Rita's going to talk to you about the difference between equality and equity. Sit back and relax. It's coming your way. One moment.
Hey there, my name is Rita Ricks, and I am your spiritual business coach. And I'm excited about the conversation today because we're going to talk about International Women's Day. What is so fascinating to me is their theme for this year, which is equality versus equity. What's the difference as we hashtag embrace equity for IWD 2023 and beyond? And I immediately started to wonder, equality versus equity. What's the difference? I mean, seriously, what is the difference? Well, I'm going to tell you. By the way, you can find all of this information at www.internationalwomensday.com/theme. Here we go. Equality means each individual or group of people is given the same resources or opportunities. That's equality. Let me say it again. Each individual or group of people is given the same resources or opportunities, which is pretty much what we're always saying as minorities or women or whatever. We're looking for equality. But we need to go a step further because equity recognizes that each person has different circumstances. And equity allocates the exact resources and opportunities needed to reach an equal outcome. That might be a little bit heavy. So I'm going to give you, because I'm a visual person and I know most of us are, but I'm going to give you another example. Equity can be defined as giving everyone what they need in order to be successful. In other words, it's not giving everyone the exact same thing, because if we give everyone the exact same thing, what happens? Nothing changes. And so equity acknowledges that people don't begin life in the same place. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. And so what I have is an example that just makes so much sense to me. So in the first example, we've got a man, and we know it's a man because he's wearing pants. And so let me give you the scenario. There is a baseball field, but there's a fence. And the characters that I'm talking about are standing behind the fence. So the man who's on the far left has 7 boxes. He's on top of 7 boxes. And so not only can he see the baseball field, but he can probably see 2 miles beyond the baseball field. He can see everything. And then there's a young man who's standing next to him. He's on 1 box and he can barely see over the fence. And then there's a little girl who's actually on the ground. She can't see anything. That's called reality because that's really where we are. We have some people who can see so much more than others. We have some people who get so much further than others. Okay? That's reality. Now here's the equality. Remember the guy was on top of 7 boxes. So now we've reduced him to 1 box, which is the same as the little girl who's on 1 box. He can still see really well. She still can barely see over the fence. But the little girl who has 1 box still can't see over the fence. Do you see what I'm saying? I want you to envision this. So that's equality. Equity is when the guy, and you're probably starting to see this now, the guy's not on the fence. He's not on the box any longer. He is able to see everything without being on the box. The young lady is still on the box, the 1 box she's been on all the time. And the little kid is on 2 boxes. That's equity because the guy doesn't need a box. The child in the middle still is on the same box. She's still able to see. But the littlest kid needed 2 boxes. Equality and equity. Just because we give you all the same thing doesn't mean that you all need the same thing. And then the coolest part of this entire scene is that they then remove the fence. The fence is removed altogether and everybody's liberated because everybody can see whether they're tall, whether they're mid-size, or whether they're short. And that's what International Women's Day theme is about. And so we as women, as we do a lot of the work that's done and we don't get paid the same amount, we need to figure out what's going on. We need to understand that there is no equity involved a lot of the time. So they may give us an office with a window, and they may even give us a secretary or whatever. But is everything equal? Are we still getting the same amount as that really tall guy? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about it with your friends. I want you to think about it with your kids. I want you to think about it as far as race is concerned. I want you to think about it as far as religion is concerned. I want you to share it with your kids and your friends. Let's stop thinking, well, they got this. For example, well, Black people finally got their first Black president. Surely they've arrived. That was one person. One person. And I could just go on and on and on. Equality versus equity. Forever, I've heard, we just want to be equal. We want the same as everybody else. And now I realize that, yeah, I do want some of the same, but it's also got to fit me at 5'1". I probably wouldn't even be able to see over the fence. So I'd need a couple of more boxes. I would love to talk more about this, so you're welcome to contact me or Shirley Crawford, either of us. We've had a discussion today about it. Equality versus equity. They are similar, but they're spelled very similar, close together. But they've got huge ramifications. So I want you to think about this. Certainly, I'd like for you to attend somebody's program on International Women's Day. But I want you to think about your own life and what you can do. What do you think you can do to bring equity into your life of equality? I have something amazing coming up April 29th. It is called the Little Black Dress Day Affair 2023. And I started this last year because we were coming out of COVID and I wanted everybody to dress up and look cute and feel good and network. We're going to do that again this year, but it's a little bit different in that I have Sadiqa Johnson, who wrote Yellow Wife. It is one amazing book. What's so cool is that the site, because she is not originally from Richmond, but she lives in Richmond, and she did her homework on the Devil's Half Acre, Lumpkin's Jail. And so even though Lumpkin's Jail is real, she wrote a fiction book about that site. And it is just amazing to me what she did. So we're going to talk about that book. We're going to be in the Main Street station, which is right across the street where Lumpkin's Jail was once located. So it's going to be a beautiful day. We're going to have brunch at 11 with Chef Keith. And we also are going to have Bill Martin, who is director of the Valentine Museum, to come in, and he's going to really share the serious, horrible history that occurred at Lumpkin's Jail. So he's going to take a little while to talk about that. Then I'm going to introduce and interview Sadiqa. She's such a sweetheart. And when she leaves, I'm actually going to do some coaching from the floor because the word of the year for Rita Ricks LLC is persevere. And this character in Yellow Wife, she persevered. But you know what? We all persevere. We all persevere as we move forward, ladies. That's what we do because we are in the sandwich generation and we have employees and we are an employee or we're bosses and we've got parents and parents are living longer. We have to persevere and we do it. So I'm going to do some coaching from the floor and it's just going to be an amazing, wonderful day. I would love for you to come. Go to ritaricks.com and all you have to do is click on events, go down to Little Black Dress. P.S. We're going to Ghana October 10th through 19th. I'll talk about that the next time I see you. Thanks for listening. I'm Rita, speaking to your spirit.
Listen, attorney Alex Taylor is a soldier in a suit, defending anyone with criminal charges, DUIs, and more. Call Alex Taylor, your soldier in a suit, at 804-500-5000.
I'm Alex Taylor. Don't face your criminal charges alone. Put a former prosecutor with 30 years of experience on your side. Let me show you how a soldier fights for your freedom.
Call 804-500-5000 or go to alextaylorlaw.com.
During these challenging times, Richmond Dentistry for Children wants to remind you that we've been here for you and your children for over 25 years. Your child's body is their temple and their teeth are the doorway to good health. We provide compassionate pediatric dental care Monday through Friday. Call 804-780-2888 for your appointment or come to our office at 300 West Broad Street. RichmondDentistryForChildren.com, serving Central Virginia. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. When you're ready for more than just office space, come join the WBCRVA family.
Hey there, I am Rita Ricks, principal of Rita Ricks LLC. We are spiritual and mental health coaches, showing women and young adults how to remove the barriers preventing them from creating the life they were born to live. Once those barriers are eliminated, they find the peace, purpose, and passion to achieve what they truly want in life. Contact us today at ritaricks.com because this is your time.
Wouldn't it be convenient and safe to communicate with your dentist, pediatrician, medical doctor, or mental health professional anywhere you are without actually traveling to our medical centers?
Well, you can with a televisit at your local Capital Area Health Network. Call us at 780-0840 or go to cahealthnet.org. Find out how a televisit may be your best option. We are the Capital Area Health Network, the heart of the community.
Life can be a struggle. Find hope. healing, and answers at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place to encounter God through uplifting worship, singing, prayer, the preach word, and fellowship. One step can change your life. One step could shift your destiny. There has never been a better time to take that step than now. Come be our guest every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place where you belong.
Imagine Media Lab, a multimedia and podcast rental studio in partnership with the Women's Business Center, RVA, offers audio and video production services. Record that podcast you've always wanted to start. Create marketing and advertisement content such as voiceovers. Become a member and save on podcasting and production packages. All equipment and software is included in your rental, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive. ImagineMediaLabs.com. Book your session today.
So, Miss Shirley Crawford, I just pulled you on because I love this subject so much, equality versus equity. And I spent more time reading because I wanted them to understand. But now we can have kind of a really cool conversation. What's your take?
So I find it to be a really interesting and kind of disheartening subject matter.
Okay.
Because most people look at life through the lens that they see and they know.
Right.
And so if I know, this is what I know. And so I'm thinking, like I think about like our strongest advocates as African Americans, our strongest advocates in the past have been like Caucasian women.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but even in that, even with that empathy level, all they know is what they know.
Of course.
So they know that disparity that happens for their lives and they can project that onto someone else.
Disparity.
But if you don't know what it means.
How accurate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How accurate.
And so we were we were having a conversation earlier about the subject matter. And so people are always like separate but equal. We've learned that that's not true. It's not accurate. And so none of that is like what's really happening. And so we were talking before, because there are so many like really good, the videos and examples that are out there to help people really understand the concept.
Yeah.
Although the one you told today was new for me. So
the box.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is just because you understand, just because you know, just because you have, doesn't mean that anyone else does. We're always, and I'm trying not to rap on too much because this is one of those things that I'm always like, about. Because a lot of times, like I spent a lot of my years, I developed a mentorship program for Richmond PAL. I've done some work with like some of the local community centers, with the school systems, et cetera. And we constantly have this conversation because everyone, they just assume, okay, well, if you go to school and you work hard, you'll get to the same place. But what they don't know is that little Johnny has had a tutor since he was, in
kindergarten. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's someone who helps him to understand the lessons that were taught in school. They have a tutor at their school. They have a tutor at home helping them write papers.
And grandma and granddad. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or when we talk about from an entrepreneurial standpoint, when you have your uncle, who's the family friend, who's the banker, the judge, the lawyer, there's access to resources that are not the same.
Right.
Whereas like here, when the city of Richmond, kids just got laptops. I mean,
yeah, and Henrico has had them forever. Yeah, that's true.
That's the way that it works. And so it's not that this student isn't working hard as this student. They have a different set of resources, a different understanding about life, about money. I remember long ago, that was why they changed the SATs, because the question sounded fair, but there was this one example about like how many people, if you have 2 bedrooms, and how many people in the family can, be in the house.
Yeah.
If you're coming from a household where you might have 3 in bed, then that means one thing, as opposed to, oh, well, you might have bunk beds, or there are 2 here, and then the parents have a room.
Yeah.
It's something just that small and that we view differently.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes so much sense. And it's also about LMR years and years ago, the exercise. There was one individual who was saying, if you grew up with books in your house, take one step forward.
That one was hard.
That was tough.
That exercise was hard.
That was tough. And they were simple questions. If you had both parents living in the house, take one step. If you had, running water, really. And so if you didn't, you had to take a step back. And that was eye-opening, you know?
Especially when you look through the gaps between people.
Yes.
And it makes you feel some kind of a way.
It does. And here's the thing. We're all in LMR for the same reason. We've all been chosen.
All qualified, intelligent, capable individuals.
Exactly. But look where we came from. Look what each of us had to overcome. I found that it can be sometimes very embarrassing to a white guy. I mean, really, when he sees he's in the very front and all that he went through, and somebody who's in the back, maybe a minority who's one of his best friends that he never even knew. He never even knew that information.
Or considered it.
Yeah.
And that's so if it's not what you know, it's not what you know.
Yeah.
So I don't have a hardship with someone.
Yeah.
Who's like, when you're saying we need this, like we talk about the Women's Business Center. I get asked all the time, why do you all need a Women's Business Center? And my initial response was like, but then I'm like, you know what? Clearly you're not educated about that. So here's my job to educate you.
Yeah.
I have a problem when you are educated. You have heard, you do hear.
And you do belong to the country club.
Or you're sitting in Virginia going, oh, we don't need to learn about that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we're not going to go there today.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But it's all part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So because you feel guilty about it doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It means we need to live in the reality of where we are.
Right.
So that we can get to a better place.
So we can get to the liberating part where everybody's free.
Where your fence comes down.
Where the fence comes down. That's cool. Thanks, girl.
I always like hanging out with you.
Me too. I just don't think we have any more time.
I am sure that we don't. But we are very excited that we got to have the special guest of the one and only Rita Ricks.
Yeah.
And so, glad to have this conversation. We need to do this more often.
I like it. But I really, really, really want you all to go to that website, find out more about this equality versus equity, because this conversation is just starting and we need to continue it. We need to continue it.
Beyond women's history.
Yes, because if you continue to think about it, you are going to realize, where you were equal, but there wasn't any equity in anything that they were offering. Mm-hmm. Okay? So keep going, ladies. Keep going. Guys, too, because you've got mamas and wives and daughters, so you want them up and running. This is an international thing for everybody.
Most definitely.
Fewer wars, no wars, a whole lot of peace. And equality versus equity.
Hopefully we can accomplish something out of that list.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're saying goodbye for now. And until next time, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring.
Yeah.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
During these challenging times, Richmond Dentistry for Children wants to remind you that we've been here for you and your children for over 25 years. Your child's body is their temple, and their teeth are the doorway to good health. We provide compassionate pediatric dental care Monday through Friday. Call 804-780-2888 for your appointment, or come to our office at 300 West Broad Street. RichmondDentistryForChildren.com, serving Central Virginia. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Listen, attorney Alex Taylor is a soldier in a suit, defending anyone with criminal charges, DUIs, and more. Call Alex Taylor, your soldier in a suit, at 804-500-5000.
I'm Alex Taylor. Don't face your criminal charges alone. Put a former prosecutor with 30 years of experience on your side. Let me show you how a soldier fights for your freedom.
Call 804-500-5000 or go to alextaylorlaw.com.
Wouldn't it be convenient and safe to communicate with your dentist, pediatrician, medical doctor, or mental health professional anywhere you are without actually traveling to our medical centers?
Well, you can with a televisit at your local capital area health network. Call us at 780-0840 or go to cahealthnet.org. Find out how a televisit may be your best option. We are the Capital Area Health Network, the heart of the community.
Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. 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 Thanks for tuning in to WorkHARDaholics. Support our show by following on YouTube and all major social media platforms at WorkHARDaholic. Until next week, happy entrepreneuring.